Hey grade 2 artists, it's Miss Kit. Last week we were together talking about form. And this week we will continue to talk about form. But let's start by reviewing our actions and our art vocabulary to review what we learned last week. Follow me. Hey artists, I want everyone to stand up and use our bodies to practice this new art vocabulary. All right, I will do the actions and the words and you repeat after me. Here we go. The element of art, form.
The element of art, form.
It has height, width, and depth.
It has height, width, and depth.
It takes up space.
It takes up space.
It can be organic or geometric.
It can be organic or geometric.
Great job. Let's do it all together one time. The element of art, form. It has height, width, and depth. It takes up space. It can be organic or geometric. Great job, artists. Let's head back to the art room and put these art vocabulary words into action. Come on. Great job, artists. Last week you took a two-dimensional shape, a piece of cardboard, and turned it into a three-dimensional form, like this. You learned how to take a 2D shape and turn it into a 3D form. The form that you created last week is a geometric form. A geometric form is a form that is mathematically precise. It often has names and is symmetrical. This week we will be creating organic forms. Do you know what organic means?
I know. Organic forms are forms that are found in nature. They are symmetrical and are often flowing and curving in appearance.
Thanks, Mona. For week 2, you will be using your clay in your art pack. I have a few other things that we need to get ready before you start. You will need an apron.
Oh, looking good, Miss Kit.
Thanks, Mona. Or you can also wear clothes that you don't mind getting dirty. You will need something to cover the table or a surface where you're working. Check. You will also need a small dish or bowl of water. Check. And a towel or a rag handy. Check. All right, let's begin. Okay, we have everything we need. Start by opening up your package of clay and removing the plastic casing. Note this is air dry clay and it's drying all the time as soon as it's out of the package. So you're going to want to work quickly because it is drying while you work. Start by molding it with your hands and using the pressure of your hands to squish it into an organic form. Remember, organic forms are free-flowing, so let this process flow. You want to make sure that this stands up on its own, so give it a flat bottom and keep checking that it's secure and stable without tipping over. Then I want you to think about negative space. Poke a hole through your form. Form not only takes up space, but it also incorporates the space inside and around the form. So I challenge you with your form to see if you can see through your form, that you have space around the form. Push and pull and morph your clay into a form and let it happen as you go. Try making a shape at the top, pieces that come off the sides. We are letting this process happen in real time and letting our hands and creativity be our guide. Once you are happy with the form that you've created and you've considered space, we want to start smoothing our sculpture. We want it to have a smooth surface so we can add detail and pattern on top with marker. Take your fingers and dip it into the cup of water and start smoothing it. Use the pads of your fingers. Rub, smooth. Use your thumbs, go back and forth. Find a technique that works best for you, but your goal is to make sure you get rid of the cracks, lumps and bumps, so you have a smooth surface, as smooth as you can get it. But do be careful, the more water that you add, the softer the clay will get, but it could start to get too wet, where things are falling off and things are drooping. So find a balance between getting it smooth, but not making your clay too wet. Think about the form that you made last week and how it's different than the form that you made this week. Last week, you made a geometric form that had more angles, corners, but your organic form has smooth, rounded edges. Allow your clay organic form to dry. It may take 2 or 3 days. Put it by a dehumidifier or outside to help the drying process. Once the form is dry, we will go back into our art pack to get our sketchbook and the Posco paint marker. Open your sketchbook to the next available page. Now this paint marker is special because it has paint inside. Our next task is to start practicing different patterns we will add to our forms. Play around with different shapes and lines. I've done X's, circles, straight lines, zigzags. The point is you want to pick a line or a shape and repeat it as closely as you can over and over again. Again, be really mindful using your Posco paint marker. If you press down and the tip goes inside, it will release all of the paint inside and it will be wasted. So please take care. Continue to experiment and create 5 to 10 different patterns. That way you can choose your favorite one that you will add to your organic form. You can also choose a different pattern or the same one to add to your geometric form. Let's take a look and see how different patterns could look differently on either of the forms you've made. Well done, grade 2 artists. You have created an organic form that has height, width, and depth and takes up space. You've also used the elements of art, line, shape, and color to build pattern and add interest to your organic form. Next week, you'll be spending some time with Mr. Ficha, who will show you another material and medium you can use to create form. Don't forget to make art, be art, and we'll see you next time, grade 2 artists. Bye-bye.